Do you want to start off Disco? We got another apology from Jericho. Would you like to hear it?
The apology of Jericho.
Number 4.
I mean, this is the fourth try. At apologizing.
Yep.
Disrespecting me in his books.
Right.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot. I mean, he needs to apologize though.
All right.
I've been waiting on this time. Patiently.
Hey, this is the Alpha Chris Jericho talking to you here from Tokyo, Japan. Getting ready for Alpha versus Omega, January 4th at the Tokyo Dome. Available at NewJapanWorld.com. But listen, before I get to the big match, I really want to just apologize and clear up all this heat between myself and Disco Inferno. I know there's petitions online for me to apologize to him, and I feel that it's distracting from the great show, Keeping It 100, with all the fine people on Keeping It 100, including Conan, Jojo the Twink Boy, Master Republic Minute, Juventud Guerrera, David Weiss, the Burning Man, Ryan Satin, Kevin Gill, Johnny Fairplay, Shark Boy, Al Leinhard, all these fine people, Ricky Hustle. Everyone's working hard, and I want to stop the distractions. I'm sorry about all this heat, Disco. You do deserve apology. It scares me that you're so mad at me. You know what I mean? And I know you're a tough guy, but is there anything that scares you?
I could say cowboy hats. I could say mid-'80s rock and roll. But the thing that really scares me is getting my heart broken.
Well, that makes sense. That's probably why you're so sensitive to this apology. And you deserve an apology, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, everybody's always bagging on you and all these liners and always talking shit about you. And I mean, listen, we all know what we think about you, but what's the real Disco like?
Well, when I'm in the ring, I fake that I'm obnoxious, conceited, and that I like to make people boo. But when I'm out of the ring in real life, I'm a loyal friend that just likes to make people laugh.
Well, and the laughs just keep on coming. But Disco, like I said, I mean, you really do deserve an apology. And I don't think it's fair how Conan always bags on you and says that you give hand jobs at Sapphires and how you're always hugging transgenders. I mean, why would he say that about you?
Well, I guess if you ever had Italian sausage, then you would know that I'm the man for the job.
Well, I guess that says it all there. So, anyways, I hope this apology was acceptable, Disco. I thank you guys for listening. Happy New Year. And don't forget to check out Alpha versus Omega, January 4th at the Tokyo Dome. Once again, Disco, hope that apology hit the spot.
I think that was very nice of him.
He never apologized.
Well, he was kind of putting you over, you know what I'm saying?
He was burying me. Again.
How was he burying you?
Because he's, first of all, he talks about all the fine people on the show. and the people that he talks about are the people that try to bury me all the time.
Well, the Burning Man doesn't bury you.
No, that's true.
He's dead. But I do not accept that apology. That's ridiculous. Here's what he needs to categorically apologize.
Did he take excerpts from the dating game? Is that what?
That's what he did.
Those are some cheesy lines. Come on.
Well, I was a cheesy character back then. All right, but let me say this. Okay.
They always say that your characters you turned up a notch. So yeah, I guess you're right.
Apologize for saying that I worked categorically. He needs to say, "I'm sorry for saying that you work at this or you go to the soup kitchen." Okay?
Which? But let me remind you of one thing, which led JR to believe you worked at a soup kitchen too. Remember?
Right. Yeah, because this is malicious slander.
Right.
Okay. So he needs to apologize for that for one, and he needs to apologize for calling me a dweeb. That's foul language. That's
that bully.
That's an offensive statement. That's bullying. That's it's horrible.
Are you thinking of having a hugging or a crying because of that, or no?
No, I just wanted to publicly apologize instead of using the forum to ask for the apology for him to keep promoting the New Japan show on January 4th. That's all he does. He just sends these apologies in so he can plug his match against Kenny Omega. Have you noticed that? That's the first thing he does when he does his apologies.
I think he's a good businessman, and I think he's apologized 4 times. I thought this was a good apology. Come on. He didn't get cut off. His son didn't walk in on him, and ask him to help him with his homework, and he wasn't in a place with bad reception. So I thought that was a good apology. Jericho, for some reason, Disco isn't happy with that apology, just so you know.
Okay, well, you don't have to he hears me. Okay, he listens to the show.
Right.
But I want to point this out, that also what he needs to do, too, if we've been talking about his match,
Right.
now if we're going to review this match, okay, because I think the show drops about the time that match is going to be airing. So it's January 4th in Japan, so that's late Wednesday night here in the States, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What time does it start, JoJo?
I was reading it. It's 3 a.m. Eastern and midnight Pacific for the pre-show battle royal thing they do.
About the time it drops or show drops, right?
Yeah.
So the people that are basically, if they're waiting for the show to drop, they're going to hear the plug for New Japan World and possibly purchase the event so they can watch him wrestle against Kenny Omega, correct?
100%.
Okay, so for next week's show, if we're going to review that show, we're going to have to watch the match, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to promote that match, okay, unless Chris Jericho reimburses me for a New Japan subscription, because I don't want to pay the $10 because that's the only match I want to watch.
Well, you're not going to pay the $10. You already got a free link.
Well, there was also a GoFundMe that would have allowed Disco to purchase it, but I don't know. Apparently, it was taken.
Was it GoFundMe? What happened with that? Could you explain the story?
Well, someone set up a GoFundMe, all in good fun, to raise $10 for Disco to purchase a New Japan World subscription, and the money was raised even over the money a little bit. I think Disco asked for a nice coffee and a breakfast sandwich, and the money came through for that.
Yeah, got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
So I was provided actually with the ability to withdraw.
Time out. Just I would have rescinded
Did you keep
that.
the $15 and use it on Chatterbait? Is that where you're going?
No. But I might have.
Here's the thing. We're going to talk about this too. And I didn't realize exactly the time it was going to be on. But his match would be say between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need a coffee and breakfast. What I would need is a few drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So if the GoFundMe would have that money would have gone to a couple, maybe a 6-pack of beer or something. Everything while I'm up watching this match.
What kind of beer?
It's Husey. Hello.
Bud 55.
How about the beer that this guy was supposed to get us an ad for and he never did? Remember? What was that beer called?
It was some kind of monthly craft beer club. I'm still in negotiations, actually.
Yeah.
What happened with the GoFundMe?
So it disappeared. Someone reported it, and I actually was provided with a link to go in, and I would have been able to withdraw the funds. And by the time I saw that email, I had been emailed again, and the guy who was behind it said, "Hey, listen, I got an email saying that the GoFundMe was shut down. Apparently, someone complained about it, and it does not exist anymore. Yeah, it got pulled.
Or a Kevin Gill follower.